Good morning. The Lindenwood football team has just completed their sixth spring practice, and I am here today with head coach Jed Stugart to talk about the first 8 days. Coach, overall, are you happy with the practices so far?
I am. I've been happy with the energy. We've kind of talked about that coming into spring practice of going out and every day having a sense of urgency and some energy, and we've been really pleased with that. Guys are excited. We're making mistakes, and just like any spring where you're working through, but I've really loved how we haven't dropped off on the enthusiasm and energy part. So we're making progress that way, no question.
Is there a player or players who have really stood out for their performances so far?
Well, we've had several. Those are hard to on a daily basis. It's fun to see guys. Obviously, John Harris, you can tell, defensive end that's very disruptive. You see him every day doing that. Offensively, we got a nice quarterback battle going on. I could all those guys are working through. Every day we're seeing too many to probably mention of guys that are making some plays. But obviously, with a returner like John, Caleb Campbell, today had a great practice, had some nice runs, and it's good to see some of the guys like that. But I'm highly encouraged with the number of guys that are making plays.
Has there been any point of emphasis for the players to concentrate on in these early practices, and how have they done with that?
Well, I think we talked a little bit about, one of the themes we've talked about is that in football, you're going to have some plays that go wrong, and you've got to move on to the next play. And then so one thing in kind of getting that mindset of, hey, if something bad happens, let's move on to the next play. Don't hang your head. And that's something that we've talked a lot about, and we're seeing that. The other thing is finishing plays. I think every time, whether it's offense, defense, catching the ball and finishing the run, finishing the play, and those little themes that we keep driving. Just a bunch of those things that you're trying to emphasize that we're talking about in meetings and transferring to the field. Those are the little things. That's one of our pillars, is the little things in our program, and those are the things that they're working through.
One of the new ideals that you've kind of brought in is that you held a coaching clinic during one of your practices last Saturday for our area coaches. How did that go, and how does that help your program out?
Well, it was, we had almost 80 coaches here from the area, and it was just number one, an opportunity to hold a free clinic where we could meet the coaches in the area. They could meet us. We talked a lot of football. They were able to watch practice and be close by and maybe learn from each other. And we did. We learned a lot from each other just in the post-practice clinic. But just really kind of introducing ourselves to the coaches and getting guys out here that maybe haven't been out here and seen Lindenwood in the last few years, that gave them opportunities. So I was really pleased with that turnout. What's next for the program over the next week? Well, we go into, we're off this weekend, no practice the next couple of days, and we pick back up Monday. We've got what we call a B-style practice. We invite anybody who wants to come out to watch practice. It's a very situational practice, so we're going to be working a lot on situations that you'll see in a game and compete with each other that way.